Hi guys, I'm Christina Rodriguez, and this week in the garage we have a band called Nicolette Good, and they're not just called Good for nothing.
Hello, I've waited in the desert where the drive-in movies die. I'm a woman, hot-blooded and bored, in the moonlight, hanging on your every word. In a savior, I elected a man, and I parted with the heart he held in his hand. And I know we found it ahead of its time. That night the music turned my blood into wine. His cattle has run. Tell the alarmist that she's lost her only one. I'm a woman, hot-blooded and bored, in the moonlight, hanging on your every word.
Okay, so we're here with Nicolette Good and her guitarist, Jesse. Thank you guys for coming and being on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Can you tell me the name of the first song that you just played for us?
The first song was called Marathon, and it's about Marathon, Texas.
And there's a little story behind that. You sing at Marathon, but you were told...
It's so apparently in Texans pronounce it Marathon, Texas, but I didn't realize that till after I wrote the song. And it doesn't really fit the rhyme, so I guess I'm stuck with Marathon.
It's okay. So you started recently. You're a pretty new band.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get started?
Well, I've been writing songs, for years, and was working on a recording since March, but I didn't put the band together until the summer. And I started trolling Craigslist for bandmates, and I found Jesse. He was the first guitarist that responded, and the first one I met, and we hit it off right away. So
And it just kind of built from there. How many members do you actually have in the band? Because not all of you are here today.
Yeah,
right?
now we have a 4-piece with a bass and a drummer. So we can play all sorts of shows, acoustic or big venues.
Okay, and tell me a little bit about yourself as a musician. You know, you started off doing backups and everything else.
Yeah, well, I went online and was looking for a band like a year ago and joined a couple bands. So now I play keys and sing with other people. But like I said, I've been writing music basically my whole life. And that recording that I started in March is just now done, and I needed a band to kind of bring it to life.
And you've been playing a few big shows. You have a big show coming up soon.
Yeah, we're actually we're playing at Bone Shakers on New Year's Eve, and Flaco Jimenez is headlining with Pinata Protest and Pop Pistol, and a bunch of other great bands.
So how did you get that gig? Because you're a fairly new band. That's a really big lineup. Who have people been helping you along the way?
Yeah, people have been actually really helpful in connecting us with shows, but I played Bone Shakers a couple times, and I love playing there. And Philip Luna has been doing the booking, and I think another key is showing up on time and being easy to work with. So you kind of pay your dues, and people ask you for the big stuff. But.
Cool. So let's talk a little bit about your music. You know, you say it's folk indie. Let's talk about that. Why would you call it that?
It's kind of folky because it started out as me and a guitar, and I sing kind of like a folk singer, but I don't feel like the message of my songs is very folky. That's where my indie influences come from. Mm-hmm. So. And
you say your message is as a folk singer. So for people who don't know what a folk singer is, what is your interpretation of a folk singer?
I love a good melody, so I try to stay in tune a lot, and I think I have kind of a sweet girly voice most of the time, but it's not a really weird voice. As much as I try to have a weird voice, it's not.
So we were talking about folk singers and fluff because you went to a convention. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, I went to this folk conference. It was the Southwest Regional Folk Alliance conference, and I just met all of these amazing songwriters. So that idea for Marathon, I had it last spring, and as soon as I got back from the folk conference, like 6 months later, I sat down and finished the song in 30 minutes, and just kind of poured out.
Okay, so. And let's talk to Jesse a little bit.
Hey, Jesse.
He's kind of quiet over there. I mean, when you guys first got together, like, how did it work out? You said you guys had this chemistry. Like, tell me a little bit about that.
I don't know. I actually had just moved here to San Antonio about 2 weeks before, and I was kind of looking for something to do. I was trolling Craigslist looking for music, and went over there. We jammed out a little bit, and felt good, so we kept doing it.
And what do you think about the band and where it's going and its direction?
Oh, we're terrible. It's been fun. That's really all I can say. It's just a matter of taking it one step at a time and enjoying it as much as possible. It's easy to get burned out when you take things too seriously because it sucks the fun out of everything, and I think that's definitely one of the keys.
Do you feel the same way, Nicolette?
Yeah, totally. I mean, sometimes I get pretty burned out, like managing all my websites, because there's 5 of them. And
so, are you looking for a manager since you've been having to kind of do everything on your own?
Are you offering?
No, I'm just asking. I mean, there's people watching. Who knows? What could come out of it.
Totally, but like you said, you kind of have to. Maybe one day we'll be ready for that, and maybe that day will be next week, but maybe it'll be 6 months from now. So, definitely learning a lot as I go and try to figure this stuff out by myself.
Now you have an EP that you're working on currently.
Yeah, it's like so close to being done, it hurts.
And when do you plan on releasing that?
I'll probably have an EP release party in February, but right now people can buy it online on Reverb Nation /Nicolette Good.
And if somebody, you have the New Year's party that's coming up, but do you have any other gigs before that? If somebody wants to see you sooner than that?
Yeah, we're playing the 17th as part of the San Antonio Currents music issue. We'll be at Gig on the Strip, but there's 5 venues and all these free shows and great bands playing all night.
Okay. And is there anything else that you want to say to everybody that's watching today?
Come see us play.
Okay. What's the next song that you're going to play for us?
This next one is called Post-Apocalyptic Love Song.
and this is not about zombies.
It may or may not be about zombies.
It's your own personal interpretation, post-apocalyptic love song.
Love song.
Thank you guys both for coming and performing
Thanks
on
for
the
having
show.
us.
We appreciate it. We're going to listen to Post-Apocalyptic Love Song and continue jamming with Nicolette Good and Jesse.
Well, he hears it like an echo, like the gospel under lampposts, and I hear it too. And it comes now, living after, living since then, since the rapture. He keeps his hands in his pockets as he comes around. And I know this for sure. We know it from the feel, we know it from the sound. It comes now like a whisper, like a siren, only thicker. And I am wondering if one day I will understand why the strangeness of a stranger, why they're nervous in his anger, still enough to make me feel I am found. And I know this for sure. We know it from the feel, we know it from the sound. Turns out the word wasn't after all. Who'd have